Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2D Board Gamers. My name is Dave,
And I'm Dirk.
and today we're going to start our villain review for the Mad Titan Shadow Wave. So this is the first villain that comes in the box, Ebony Maw.
So, yeah, as far as we're going to be doing them in the order that they appeared during the campaign. So,
Yeah, and the recommended modules will be included as well. All right. So first, let's start with side 1A.
all right. So, whenever we're doing the setup, attack on nowhere here, we need to make sure that we've got Ebony Maw 1 and Ebony Maw 2 if we're doing standard, 2 and 3 if we're doing expert. We want to make sure we have a standard encounter set. We do have a video that goes over the different standards if you want to choose a different one, or you can just use the one that comes with the base game. And then 2 modular encounter sets, and the recommended ones are Armies of Titan and Black Order.
Okay. Then on stage 1B, Attack on Nowhere, it's got 6 threat per player threshold. Starts with 1 threat per player, adds 1 threat per player per turn. When revealed, each player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until a spell environment is discarded and puts it in play into their play area. We'll go over the spells in a minute. Then shuffle the encounter.
They're evil.
Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. So you're just milling to get the spells, but then you're actually shuffling the deck. So this part doesn't not affect the encounter deck, but that may not be true for the whole setup.
All right.
All right. Then if we're doing standard,
I'll say for phase 1 of Ebony Maw, he's got 14 hit points per player. He schemes for 2. He attacks for 1. He's a Black Order Mystic. And as a forced interrupt, whenever he activates against you, you remove an invocation counter from each spell card in your play area. And again, we'll go over how those work in a minute.
All right. Then stage 2, and this would be the first stage if you're doing expert. He comes in with 18 hit points per player. 2 scheme, 2 attack, Black Order Mystic, force interrupt. When Ebony Maw activates against you, remove an invocation counter from the spell cards. That part's the same. But when revealed, each player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a spell card and put that card into play in their play area. So you had shuffled the discard pile back into the counter for stage 1 setup. But if you're playing expert, then you turn around and you're milling until you get a second spell. So you're starting the game with 2 spells and the deck partially exhausted.
Yeah, and I think there's only 8 of them in the deck, or 10 of them in the deck total, something like
8.
that.
There's like 4 spells and there's 2 copies of each spell.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was 4 or 5.
All right.
It's been a little while.
And then,
right. And then phase 3, so this will be the last one if you're playing expert, but he comes in with 23 per player. He schemes for 3, he attacks for 2. The forced interrupt is the same. And on this one, again, whenever it's revealed, each player discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until they discard a spell and put it in play. So you do the same thing you do with the second stage here.
So this is a continuation of the Infinity Stone trilogy. And if you remember from Rise of the Red Skull, the Power Stone was on Earth. So apparently Thanos sent Ebony Maw to retrieve the Power Stone. And that's what stage 2 of the main scheme is all about.
All right, so for this one, whenever it's revealed, you're going to shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck, and then each player discards until they get a spell and puts it into play in their play area in front of them.
Okay. And then side 2B, it starts with 1 threat per player, adds 1 threat per player per turn, has a threshold of 9 threat per player, and if the stage is complete, the players lose the game.
So, yeah, if the timing is wrong, if this one and the stage 3 come out at the same time, you're going to get 2 of them. You'll mill for 2 of them. So, yeah, it's fun.
Okay, now let's take a look at the spells. So we got the first spell here.
So the first spell we've got here is Fireball. So there's 2 copies of this. Like Dave said, there's 2 copies of every one of them, I believe. And I think they all have Surge here. But this one, it's an environment, and when it enters, you'll put 4 invocation counters on it. And then as a forced response, after the last invocation counter is removed from it, you'll discard it, and it deals 4 damage to your identity.
Yeah. So you kind of...
And that's identity, so it doesn't matter if you're hero or alter ego.
Right. So you kind of can time it. It's like, okay, well, I've got, this is going to happen to me on turn 4. But of course, there's some treachery cards that can mess that up.
Oh yeah,
or
that will mess that up.
That will mess that up.
That will.
Yeah, and even a card like Assault, because he activates against you and you didn't expect it, that will remove an invocation as well, because it's when he activates against you, you remove an invocation. But there's also other treacheries that mess you up too. All right, then we got manipulation here. We've got 2 copies. Surge. This one enters play with only 2 invocation counters. After the last invocation counter is removed from this card, you discard 1 random card from your hand, and you are confused.
It's a dirty word. Random's a 4-letter word.
So not only do you lose a random card, but Dirk doesn't know how to spell random, so he is confused.
I do, but I can't say it on air. All right, so then pacification, again, 2 copies of this one. It's also got surge. This one comes in with 3 invocation counters on it. And whenever the last one's removed here, you're going to exhaust an upgrade you control, and you are stunned. So that one, if they're upgrades that don't require exhausting, you're okay there. But a lot of upgrades do actually require you to exhaust them to use them. So you get that on top of the stun. So this one's a double whammy in a lot of cases.
I think he spells it R-A-N dumb.
It actually, the way I spelled it starts with an F.
Rubble Storm. Surge enters play with 3 invocation counters. After the last invocation counter is removed from Rubble Storm, discard it. Deal 2 damage to each character you control.
Yeah, so this one's an ally killer right there.
Okay.
Right. Then we've got Agent of Thanos. So this treachery card, if it's revealed when you're in alter ego form, you're going to place a threat on the main scheme for each spell environment that's in your play area. And if you place no threat this way, so in other words, if there were none, then this card will get Surge. If it's revealed when you're in hero form, you'll deal a damage to your hero for each spell that you have. And again, if you don't take any damage, it'll gain Surge.
And there's 2 copies.
2 copies, okay.
Then we got 3 copies of Channeling Trance. When revealed, remove an invocation counter from each spell environment in your play area. So this is how it ramps up a little faster. If you have no spell environments in play, then you discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you get a spell environment. Put that card into play in your play area.
Okay. All right, so we've got Abjuration. This is an attachment that gets attached to Ebony Maw, and you'll prevent all damage to Ebony Maw while it's in play. And then after it prevents 2 or more damage from a single attack, discard it. And it does have to be attack, so double retaliation does not do it.
Sorry, Quicksilver, you're going to have to do more than just 1 point of damage each attack. All right, then we got Restrained. It's an attachment. You attach to the friendly character with the highest attack and exhaust it. Attached characters cannot ready. Hero action, spend an energy strength resource to discard this card.
Yeah, the aggression players love that one. Then we've got 2 copies of Reactor Overload. So this side scheme, whenever it's revealed, each player can choose to either take 2 damage or place 2 threat here. It starts out with 3, and it has a crisis icon on it.
Okay, then one of the 2 modules is called Armies of Titan. We got 2 copies of a Black Order Infantry. Scheme 1, attack 2, 4 hit points. Black Order Guard. When defeated, give the villain a tough status card. And as a boost, give the villain a tough status card. Okay.
Then we've got the Outrider here, 2 copies of this minion. He is a Black Order minion with 2 hit points. Schemes for 1, attacks for 1. When he's revealed, you're going to discard a card at random from your hand. There's that dirty word again. And if it comes out as a boost, you're still going to discard a card at random.
All right. Then we got 2 copies of a side scheme called Landing Craft. When defeated, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play. Engage with the player who defeated this scheme. Comes with an acceleration token, and it has 2 threat per player. Okay, and then the second.
All right, the second module we've got here, the Black Order one. This one's got 4 cards in it. The first one we've got here is Black Dwarf. He's a Black Order elite minion with 6 hit points. He schemes for 1, attacks for 3, and his attacks gain overkill.
Okay. Then we got Super Giant. She's got a scheme of 2, attack of 2, 5 hit points, Black Order Elite. She comes in with Quick Strike and Force Response. After Super Giant attacks and damages a character, that character is stunned.
Okay, the side scheme we've got for this is the Black Order. This one has 2 threat per player. It starts out, and whenever a Black Order minion is in play, you cannot remove threat from this, and it comes out with the hazard icon.
All right, and then the last card is a Treachery. Blood to Spare. When revealed, each minion engaged with a player activates against that player. Each player who is not engaged with a minion searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a black order minion and puts it into play. Engage with them, then shuffle the encounter deck.
Yeah, so this one, if you turn up getting this one in a 4-player game, and this is the only black, or you just have this module in there, this comes out and you're milling that entire deck.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot of fun.
All right. Well, anyway, so Ebony Maw started off the Mad Titan Shadows wave, so those spells are kind of annoying, and it really sucks if you get like 2 fireballs, because you could easily get like both of copies of the same card.
Yeah, if you get 2 of them in there,
you're going to take 8 points of damage.
They go off at the same time. Yeah, I've seen that single, one shot a character with low hit points before.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and there's really nothing you can do about it. So, unless you like really want to be healed, like hopefully someone's got Dr. Sinclair and you can go down to Alter Ego or something, because you're going to need it. All right. Well, anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
And if you want to see more content by us, go to hit that notification bell down there and you will get alerts whenever we post new videos. All right, see ya.